Hi everyone, I'm Jason Peacock, and we're back with another one of my What Have I Been Playing Lately vlog, where I tell you what I've been playing lately and I give you my thoughts on it. So let's just jump right into it. To start off, I played this game, Flamme Rouge. It's a bike racing game, Tour de France style thing, where you have different board setups. You've got two bikers, and they each have a deck of cards. Once you play a card, that's it. That card is removed from the game, and like your sprinter will have a certain denomination of numbers, and your roller will as well. Whoever crosses the finish line first is the winner of the game, and it plays in about half an hour. There's definitely an art to the timing in this game, because there's some hills where anything you play higher than a 5 will just be a 5, and going down a hill, anything lower than a 5 will be a 5 unless you play something higher. So playing a 9 at the bottom of the hill would be a waste of a card. And you've got the top 3 cards off your deck for each of your bikers to choose from. After everybody's resolved their cards and moved the amount of spaces that are on the card, if you're exactly 1 space behind a guy, then whoosh, you get a free drift up behind them. And anybody that's in the lead with 2 or more spaces in front of them has to take one of these exhaustion cards. And they're just speeded 2, and they start clattering up your deck. You've got to play the right cards at the right time. You've got to try and predict what other players are going to play. And you don't want to get stuck with all exhaustion cards at the final leg of the race. The first time I played the game, I played it 3 times I think, I was like, and we did one minor rule wrong, where you start from the back and drift up instead of at the front, which actually changed the strategy dramatically. Second game, I really liked it. Well, the second game I liked it, and I found myself, I wanted to play again right after. It plays like 30 minutes, so the play time is awesome on this game. And I played a friend's copy, and I was contemplating getting it because it's so easy to teach and accessible. But then I played Downforce, which just killed Flamme Rouge. So anytime someone would suggest playing Flamme Rouge, I would be like, well, let's just play Downforce, which is just as simple of a game. It's actually a game from the 80s, I believe. And this new company, Restoration Games, is taking these old games and updating the mechanics, modernizing them, and releasing them for a new generation to enjoy. There's been 3 out, and Downforce got my attention from all the positive buzz. Movements similar to the game I just explained from Flamme Rouge. The start of the game, everybody's auctioning off the 6 different cards. You're spending X million dollars per car. You can have 1 car or more, but everybody's going to end up with one. And then you're playing this hand of cards, and it's going to tell you how many spaces every car moves, whether it's your own or other players' cards. As soon as they cross this yellow line, everybody's going to secretly bet on who they think is going to win the race. And again, you don't have to bet on your own car. There's going to be 3 of these betting rounds, and then once all the cars cross the finish line, or everybody runs out of cars, because once you play a card, that's it, it's gone from the game. Then you're going to get X amount of millions of dollars based on how you finish. So if your car finished first, that's going to be $12 million. You're going to take your prize for winning, whether it was 1 car or more that finished in the top 5. You're going to take your prize money for all the betting rounds. So if another car was way ahead and you bet on an opponent's car to win first on the first betting round, well, that's going to be $9 million for you. And then you're going to subtract whatever you spent on your cards at the beginning. It plays in like 30 minutes, like Flamme Rouge. The graphic design really just pops. It's awesome. It's got little plastic cars. It's a ton of fun, and the more I play it, the more I love it. There is strategy in the game, because you can purposely move other cars so that they're blocked in when, like if there's 2 cars in front and you move a guy back this way, then they're unable to go through another car. So there really is some strategy in how you move your cars, what order you play the cards in. And even if you're not winning, you can still put your money where you think other cars are going to win. Ton of fun, super accessible, great game. Sticking with the racing theme, I played this, it's actually a kid's game. It's Yellow Games. It's in a kid series of games. I believe this is the third one, and it's called Hare and Tortoise. Now, don't be fooled by this being a kid's game, because there is a lot of depth to it. You've got like a wolf, a lamb, a hare, the tortoise, and it escapes me, but there's another one or two different animals. And at the start of the game, everybody's gonna get a card representing one of the 6 animals. That is, you're gonna get money based on, or points based on how that animal places. So if I got dealt a turtle card, then and that turtle finishes first, well, that's gonna be 5 points at the end of the game. Then everybody is gonna play like an animal card, which is the regular cards that are played to move them throughout the game. You're gonna play one from your hand. Keep that face down beside, and that is your second bet, basically. So you can double down, just say I got dealt the turtle. If I put down another turtle card and my turtle finishes first, that's going to be 10 points. So everybody's taking turns just playing a hand of cards from the center, and you replenish your hand after. And they all move differently. Like if you played like soon as there's 6 cards in the center, or 4 of the same animal, then that ends that round, and then all the animals will move. And like the lamb will move 1 space for every lamb card that's played. The turtle will move 1 space even if no cards were played, and if 3 cards were played, he'd move 2. And they all follow different movement rules. And again, it's a ton of fun. It's deceptively strategic. I was blown away, and I'm probably going to get this game and add it to my collection. It's in the Tales and Games series, and all the games look like little books, and they got magnetic LEDs. But Hare and Tortoise, like it better than Flamme Rouge, and I wouldn't say I like it more than Downforce, but it's pretty close. Like, it was a really good game, and it surprised me how much I liked it. All right, so Santorini, that's abstract strategy game where you've got 2 little minis on a board, and you're moving, and then you're putting a building piece down, and there's 3 levels plus a cap, and you were simply trying to get your piece to land on the 3rd floor. That's the premise, but it's not as easy as it sounds, obviously, because if someone's like ready to jump onto the 3rd floor, you move your piece, and if it's any of the 8 squares around you, you can add a building section. So you simply throw a cap on it, and now that building's kind of shut down. And just the base vanilla version of the game is really fun. It's great. Then you got a deck of like 50 different god powers and hero powers, and that just shakes up the game completely. Like it makes for an almost infinite number of matchups. So like one person can build 2 levels high in one turn, or another person can like jump from one side of the board and warp over to the other. Like there's like over 50 different powers. So as far as like chess-like abstract strategy games, it's one of my favorites. I love it. When a friend requested it, it just reinvigorated my love for this game. Santorini, absolutely gorgeous production as well. Moving down, a new game that just came out, Flip Ships from Renegade Games. Clayton Kenko is the designer. And this is a cooperative dexterity game where you've got a mothership and all of the other alien ships in rows, and they're moving towards the planet. And you're flipping your little ship discs, trying to make it land on cards, or trying to get it into the mothership little box. Great little cooperative game. And like the first like trainer difficulty is like the perfect difficulty just to beat it. So that, yeah, it scales to as hard as you want the game. There's different powers, like you have different abilities. It's great. Next up is Lazer Ryderz, another new game that I picked up. Look at this thing. Looks like an old case of VHS, and kind of like that old Tron video game where everybody's just like a trail of light, and you're trying to move your trail of light through these different objectives, and if you hit your own tail or you crash into somebody else, and you just blow up, and then you got to start over from a table edge. It's really cool. I didn't play a full game of it, just you know, like half an hour of it to feel it out. So I'll report back when I get to know that game a bit better. Wasteland Express delivery service. This big monster game right here. Whoa! It's a pick up and deliver game. You're driving a miniature truck around the wasteland. First one to accomplish 3 missions is the winner. It's a great game. My wife liked it, which is awesome. Means like it's going to be hitting the table a lot more. It's a long game, right? It's probably at least a 2-hour game. But if you can handle that, it is, for what it is, it's fun. It's the best pick up and deliver game I've ever played. And the Mad Max theme is fantastic. It makes the game for me. Another game that I got to the table at a friend's place, I haven't played in a while, Adrenaline. This guy right here. This is a Euro game that tries to simulate a deathmatch arena battle, like a first-person shooter type of game. Everybody's running around the arena, you're picking up different guns, and just blasting everyone. When you shoot someone, you take some of your blood drops, and you put it on their card. So essentially, this is an area control game, but the areas you're trying to control is the other dudes running around the arena. The more you get killed, the less you're worth in future kills. I played it 3 players, and 3 players is okay, but the game really shines 4 or 5 players. So great Euro game dressed up as an Ameritrash game. It was a lot of fun, and it was awesome to get back to the table. And finally, the last game I'm going to talk about today is Mission Red Planet. This is a area control game where you're taking your little astronauts, you're loading them into ships that all have destinations on the planet. Everybody's got 9 cards, and they're all the same with everyone. And once you play a card, it's face down until you play like the number 9 card, which just lets you put one dude in a ship and then pick up all your cards. So all the cards let you put X amount of astronauts onto a docked ship. The ships will have a capacity from 2 to 5. As soon as capacity is met, they'll launch. You slide the ships up from the little dock, and once everybody's resolved their character action that round, then those astronauts will land on the planet. There's going to be 3 scoring rounds, and whoever has majority on a place will get all the resources that are on there. And if there's a tie, then divide them equally if you can. It's a fantastic game. It plays up to 6 players. The production is awesome, and plays in like 45 minutes. So I played other games. I just don't want this to drag on too long. I'll see you soon. A couple weeks or so, I'll do another one of these, maybe sooner. Thanks for watching. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram right here, and I'll see you next time.